Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again, I pray the Lord that I. Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again, I pray the Lord that I wake again.
Good evening, welcome to JATVRaw. My name is Jamie O'Neill. You're watching Friday Night Boxing, and straight away I've noticed there's a problem with my camera, so I'm going to try and fix that just quickly now, and we should see a bit of an improvement. Okay, this is there will be a live phone in after the Kash Farooq interview, where we are asking, should boxing club shows be allowed behind closed doors? You can WhatsApp us your thoughts and opinions. If you want to come on the show, and we'll phone you back. It'll be WhatsApp on 079 338 363. But first, as I said here, is the Kash Farooq, the Untouchable Kash Farooq interview. He's fighting on the 17th of October. It's his Matchroom debut, and I caught up with him earlier on in the week. Your fight, 17th October, debut for Matchroom, a few months late, but are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm excited, it's 11 months I've been out the ring. And, that's gave me the fire in my belly, to training me harder now. And I've not got long to go now, to be honest, into my fight. And but I've been taking over since probably, I think since May or something, running. I've been in the gym as well since then, and just now I've got a day I can full focus and go ahead.
So, if you look at the last 2 years since when you won the British title, it was just literally back-to-back fight. Yeah. You had a fight next day, you had maybe a few days after, and you were back in the gym, and then training again for another fight. This year's kind of thrown everything up there. You were expected to fight in April for your debut in Matchroom in Newcastle, which was just literally days after the lockdown started. So we spoke about how literally you're looking forward to that, and then you didn't know what was going to happen. Yeah. But now we've come at the other end. You've still been training the whole way through. Yeah. So how's training been going on? You're training with Craig, Dixon. Do you see Colin much?
Yeah, Colin's in the gym as well. I've been training sparring and helping some of the boys out that had upcoming fights in the lockdown, and I've just been taken away and to keep my head about me. Keep eating well, running. I just started my strength conditioning a few weeks ago. So, but I've been in the gym with Craig, punching pads. I've been doing my sprints and that. So I've been keeping fit. That's the main thing,
So it's less than 4 weeks to go. I think it must be about
just about 4 weeks.
You don't know yet. I mean, I know Matchroom they're looking for an audience, but the way it's looking now, maybe Newcastle's and it went in a mini lockdown. Yeah. But it'll be it's in an arena.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm not too sure what's happening at the moment. I don't know whether it'll be in an arena or not. But once you're in the ring, you forget about everything. You just focused on the boy in front of you.
So you're just desperate to get back in.
Yeah, just to box. To be honest, I've been thinking about this moment for a while now. And even it's behind closed door. I've done it St Andrews. St Andrews is quite like that. It's not behind closed door, but it's quiet at the beginning, then the crowd picks up. But it's just, I'm quite used to it. The crowd being quiet.
The thing is, it'll be live it's going to be on Sky Sports, and obviously there's a few other their sponsors involved. They'll probably be streaming it and stuff. But you were talking before this and saying that when you announced the fight, the feedback you've been getting for your fans is like your social media has been very lively in the last week since the fight was announced, and people haven't forgot who you are. They've been like the opposite. They've been waiting as much as you have for you to be getting back in the ring. What does that feel like to have all these people that are just anxious to see you back fighting? Because I think a lot of people believe in you, and forget the last fight. Even people have in their own mind, like how good you've been and how many times you.
No, it's still great. People are still following me, but it's just always say I know April I'm gonna be a bit quiet, but I was still training away. But I had to wait till everything, moved, everything, moved away, and then I could get back into things, And I've been training away, and now I'm ready, and people are still interested in seeing me boxing, so which is the main thing.
So there have been a few fights announced. I mean, Hannah Rankin for Scotland's going to be fighting that as well, which is massive for her. We did speak to Ahmed last week about, but it doesn't look like Joe Laws is maybe a bit heavier weight, because we know, like, we've spoken to Ahmed just because he's fair already as well. We've grown up with him, but the buzz for Scotland's amazing, because it's like there's been a few boxers that fought in the past, but this is like, as I say, it's your debut. It's what people have been waiting for. I think even Eddie Hearn's been waiting for it. You done the live stream with him a few months ago. Do you remember that?
Nah, that's true. So, no, I'm looking forward to again just going out the boxing. Hannah Rankin's back, so boxing the same night, so it's gonna be a great night, for Scotland.
Is there any pressure on you for being?
I don't know, not to be honest, nothing. No, I'm just training hard, to be honest. And that's said, my mind's just on winning.
The thing is with you in the past is that sometimes when you hear you in the corner between, it's like you don't always realise how good you are. And I think sometimes you question, oh, am I doing enough? And you ask your coaches and that, and you rely on their angles as well.
Right.
I remember once with Ian Butcher, he asked Craig, oh, am I winning? Aye, when it was clear that you were. But it was like, when you pick up on a mic, I think that's why people love you, because you just, you love to box, you just go on and do your thing. All the glamour and stuff that comes with it. I mean, we've been to events where people come up and be like, oh, can I get a photo? And it's like...
Yeah, I'm not used to all that type of stuff, So I just want to box, and get on with that.
Is it something that you're going to have to accept, maybe going forward, that this is the mayor? I mean, Eddie Hearn watched your last fight, and then one literally within days was in touch with you and that to sign you. So you're getting more and more recognised even by big names in the industry that basically he wanted you.
Yeah, no, it's good, I got recognised, because after the fight, obviously, if I never had Eddie, I don't know where I was gonna go. So it's been good. I've got a good platform to showcase my skills now, and it's up now from here. As long as I keep winning.
Do you think everything happens for a reason? Like every step you've taken, sort of.
Yeah, it's true. Everything's obviously happened for a reason, and my first 3 fights, I wasn't really interested in box. I just went in the gym and just done things. And after my first fight with Scotland, that brought my love back to boxing, and that was it. I think that's when I really started falling back into it. Started training hard, everything, and to be honest, since then my mind's been 100% focused on what I want to do in boxing.
So, I know your brother, Shian, he's here, but he was training with you a while ago. Is he still coming to the gym and that?
Yeah, he still comes to the gym. He just does his own thing, and that's it, and he goes out running with me whenever.
I always love when we go to events and he's there, because he organises everything. He already knows where everybody's sitting. And if there's any problems, he's like, I remember once we got the rank food or something like that, and he was like, oh, I'll sort this out and stuff. But I know he helps as well with the social media. He'd be quite a good resource.
He does it all for me, to be honest. He does all my social media for me, so I can't thank him enough.
Good. You mentioned in your post the other day as well about your sponsors and the support you've been getting for your sponsors. There's some boxers I was speaking to last week that were looking for sponsors, and they tell me how difficult a time it is if you don't have a sponsor and you're a professional boxer. At the end of the day, and we've spoken about this before, this is how you make your living.
Yeah, it's true, and especially Porto Scoot, they've helped me a lot through this lockdown, and I can't thank them enough. And I've got my other spot. Obviously, I just started back. Obviously, I know Clark have always gave me a car, that just helped me thing, and I think they're probably looking to renew next year again. So I can't thank them enough as well. And I just tried my strength at Christian a couple of weeks ago with Pro Life. And but they would have helped me through as well with this pandemic as well. So even Sweet Science, Big Legs, and that. So I can't thank all of them enough. So.
Do you get approached to other people that are wanting to sponsor you? I know people have asked.
Yeah, and I just does my team deal with it most of the time. So yeah.
There's a lot to have them in your corner as well, even during the lockdown. Because when I was talking to Sam Kynock and a few weeks ago, he was saying that a lot of sponsors, they want to see their names and their logos and stuff, and if nothing's going on, it's like they're like, well, what are we sponsoring? But again, it goes back to this belief that once we get through the lockdown, you're just going to be
back on it again. It's back to reality. And that's the way it's gonna be for me once I'm back in there.
So would you miss Mace? Do you miss throwing the punches or getting the punches?
I don't know. To be honest, I think just the way in on the night, the obviously fight week. I think you missed that probably the most. I think making weight. Obviously, you don't enjoy making weight, but you just have missed after you can eat what you want. Or fight night, the nerves, the buzz. After fight night as well, you enjoy. You can do what you want. So I even leading up to a fight.
You've never had really time to. I mean, we've spoken a few times after big fights. You've had like a wee few days.
I take a few days off, depending.
But you don't really have that long to do it.
No, I don't, to be honest. And I'm always in the gym training. I think that's the way. That's the way. Put boxing is a short career. You don't know. You don't know when your last fight is. So I don't treat every fight as my last fight, but I've got my mind. It's a short career. I try making the best. I try to do the best I can.
I guess the situation is that everybody just misses. Like I was speaking to Alex Arthur last week, and we brought you up where he said that he'd seen something in you, which I think a lot of people have seen, but obviously he's somebody who's been through it and done it all, and he's training his own, he's training his sons, but he's got his own gym and stuff, and he sees something in somebody that he thinks, oh, they're going to be great, and he was saying like he was able to commentate at a lot of your fights and see that progression and just get excited with you in the ring. He was saying that he misses just doing that, like being able to see what other people are getting up to and seeing them fighting and things like that. So I think like the whole thing sort of slowly comes together. I can't wait until you're in the ring. What's your plan for the fight? So would you go down? You gotta go down a few days.
I'm not too sure. I need to speak to Madge. He'll let me know. I think the next week or so, because the match was sent on my schedule. He lets me know what you think. But at the moment, my mind's on the moment is just eating well, sleeping well, and training, and that's it. To be honest, because I've got a hard few weeks left, and it's not easy because I've been having it's been really hard the last couple of weeks because since I knew what day I was boxing. Yeah, obviously it's different when you're taking over. It's your body's not as tired. Your weight's alright. You're quite heavy, and you're enjoying your food. But once obviously when you get a fight date, your mind switches on, and end of the week your body's knackered. So you need to get recharged again. Get ready for next week and next week again. So to fight week.
So you were last night. I seen the video that you and Craig in the pads. Yeah. Which even that I just love watching. It's good just to see something, like to see that you're like something's coming up and you're like
Yeah, me and Craig are always in the gym. Doing this is just one of the days. And it's just Craig's let's get a video of the people know what you're up to. And show them what do you call that, see about side your training, and so that's it.
His boys were there as well.
Yeah, they were training as well. Yeah, that's right.
So I'm thinking this is like a full-time job where even his family come and he eats.
Yeah, it's guy. Craig's obviously working and he's got obviously Wayne as well, and obviously he comes and trains me as well. So he's busy. He is really busy. He's someone we go away sometime in the weekends. Well, not sometimes, but whenever we go fight, we go down England to spar sometimes, and it is a busy schedule for him. So he sacrifices as much as I am. So when I've got fight dates, he's with me. He's basically doing what I'm doing.
But I think as well, like see when you won the British,
yeah,
and you seen that, like that was like the first time I'd sort of seen you, Craig and Colin together, and Ian as well, and the rest of the team, like. And you could just see how much it meant to everybody, where they were just, you could just feel the love for the ring.
Yeah, because you're with the, if you think about it, you're with that person, 4 or 5 times a week, 5 times a week, or maybe 6 times a week. You're seeing him every day, near enough. You're out running, you're out in the gym every day, or traveling down south, training. There a week before the fight, you're with him, on the phone. So, yeah, becomes a good friend, a really good friend you can trust.
Alright, so we look forward to it, 17th October, it'll be in Sky Sports. Yeah. We'll try and stream and get some maybe gossip, or maybe speak to you even just before, I know it gets busy.
Right, yeah, to be honest, this is, this is exclusive, like you said, I wouldn't be out coming doing this, I'm usually doing my own things at the moment.
But cheers for coming out.
Thank you.
And that's the wrap.
Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again, I pray the Lord that I Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again, I wake again, I pray the Lord that I wake again.
Alright, so that was the Untouchable Kash Farooq, who's fighting the 17th of October, his Matchroom debut in Newcastle. We are having slight issues because we are uploading in a very high quality and it is doing my nutting. So we're just going to go right into it. Before I phone who I'm going to phone in a second, who I'll tell you, we have had a message from some people who have said that it's going to cost far too much for the club shows. They don't think that they will have approval. They don't think that's coming anytime soon, and it's going to be too difficult to get the coronavirus tests and things like that. So, what are your thoughts? You can WhatsApp us at 07933860363. If you do want to talk to us, give us a shout. I'm going to phone my first guest, who hopefully all goes well and it just goes right through. But as I said, we've never done this before. First time. First person I've interviewed was Jason Mccormick. So we're hoping that he's going to answer the phone. Is that me, Jason?
Hi, Jimmy. How are you?
I'm good, man. You're live on JATVRaw's Friday Night Boxing, and I was just saying you were the first person I've interviewed for JATVRaw, so it's a bit funny that I've got you the first person on my show. my show. You got football, is that right?
Aye, going to kick about with the boys.
So you weren't sitting at home with your popcorn out, waiting for me to come live and make a mess of my show. Jason, the topic we've got is, should boxing club shows be back up? Obviously, this coronavirus lockdown, there's a lot of restrictions and things like that. Do you have any thoughts on whether or no shows could happen behind closed doors? Would it be possible? Would it be worth it for the clubs to spend the money for the to put on the show? Would they get enough money back? What are you thinking?
Definitely. There's plenty of ways it can be done, because it's happening in the pro ranks, that they're managing to do it, especially with the fight camp and everything, and that ended up raking in probably more than quite a lot of the shows, especially with some of the fighters that were on the domestic level and somehow managed to rake in quite a lot of money.
So, do you think that's not because, was that not a bit more to do with like the sponsorship and the money they've got behind it? Like, clubs they've not got money to spare, so they would need to be like almost like a guarantee they'd make a certain amount.
Aye, definitely. I reckon it could be done, because with streaming services like Twitch, or even through yourself, like, I imagine it would be you that would be filming it, but if you're to use it through Twitch, you'd be able to put money on it, so it could be like, if you want to watch a live stream, it would need to be about, say, a £5 would be acceptable, because obviously you're not there, drinking and everything watching it, but a £5 to watch it, it'll be a full night of boxing. So I think it could be done, and there could be profit made from it.
But the other thing is, like, if a family, just say you have a lot of fans that come, there's a lot of people that come support you when you do. You notice that at your walkout. You've got these screaming fans adoring you as you walk out to the ring. But they've obviously all paid for a ticket, and they all pay for, say, raffles, and they pay for maybe even alcohol behind the bar and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that, maybe a family of 5 that would normally pay for a ticket would be reduced to, say, one person sitting in front of their computer screen sharing it with the family.
Aye.
So, like, do you think it would work? Like, or do you think more people would pay into it because there's not a lot of boxing going on, and there was just even people who aren't necessarily fans, say you or the Renfrewshire Boxing putting a show, and maybe they just wanted to watch boxing. Maybe people from further in the field would pay in just to watch it, to support the club as well.
Well, I know lots of people would love to see it, because obviously it's been a while since any of us have been fighting, so I reckon just £20 and like £15, that at our age, quite a lot of people won't pay that, because it's quite expensive and they're only going to see one person. But whereas if it's a £5, something like that on Twitch, it means they could be like, you could do it in the motor or something with your pals, set the phone at the front, you could be watching it, so it's not as if you need to make a commitment to be there. You could just pay it for that point, watch the fight, and that could be yours. So you could still make the money, and it means that people don't have to say, like, I can't make it or anything because I've got something else on that night, means they'd be able to watch it wherever they are if they were wanting to at a reasonable price.
So what about like the coronavirus test? How would that work? Because I know from speaking to Sam Kynock a few weeks ago, he did look into putting on like professional shows, and he said just the cost was going to be crazy to get the doctors and the medical teams and then the corona tests. As if you had a show, I say 15 boxers, and you've got the 30 boxers that are fighting, plus the coaches, plus like anybody else that turns up, is like that would be a nightmare to administer all the corona tests. So what's your thoughts of that? Do you think boxers would be up for the tests, and do you think that there'd be a lot of costs involved?
Definitely. Well, if people are hungry enough to get back in the ring, I imagine people would go, right, get the test done and be willing to do it. Because I've had it done because I worked in the care home, so I've been getting the test done quite regularly. So it's first time it's done, it's a bit uncomfortable, but after that, it's actually alright. It's a small price to pay for getting to get back to boxing, and not just back to boxing in general, but to get to fighting again. And it could make money. It could make money because you don't need to be there, but if that, they're sorted.
So what about like Boxing Scotland announced that they're going to have some of the competitions are going to be delayed until next year, like after starting in January. So obviously they have thought that there is no way they can put on competitions. Do you think that's related to maybe the cost, or is it just the scale of having so many people? Because I mean, these competitions, people came from all over Scotland to come down. So I'd imagine it'd be a nightmare just to even find places for people to stay and like people to watch and parents that are bringing their kids or whatever. So my question would be like, if that is delayed until January, do you think there is no way before the end of the new year that clubs would be able to put on a show?
Probably say the clubs would be able to do a show before big competitions, because the likes of the novices end up having about, I don't know the exact figures, but it's definitely a few hundred boxers. I mind a few years ago it was one of the highest numbers recorded for the novices, because I think that's first at that point to put on end of January through to February. So if that's got that many people there, a show where even if they cut down the numbers for the show, say about 8 boxers and do a few shows maybe, then it's less testing to get done, or else even if, because I mind there's a thing developed, people are saying there'll be like a 10-minute test and that. If that was to end up coming about, then if that worked, you get your test done the night before or whatever, stay local, they might end up a hotel, even like a wee, I don't know, Airbnb or something, stay there, and then fight for one night.
I think that makes sense actually. I know I've actually, I'm going to phone, this is weird, I don't know if you know this, I'm going to speak to your mum once I hang up on you, just about what it's like, because she helped a lot with Renfrewshire Boxing and the home shows and stuff, and also what it's like bringing up Jason McCormick. But listen, I know you've got football that's starting in about 5 minutes. Your mum's also got a hair appointment that starts in 5 minutes. I'm going to try and squeeze her in before her appointment starts. But listen, I'll come out. I need to head out to Renfrewshire Boxing. I was saying this to Kash the other day that I need to head out, and I've been speaking to Colin about we'll go and do some filming and stuff there as well. So hopefully we can catch up maybe next week or so. We can have a proper chat. But thank you so much for being not only the first person that I interviewed for JATVRaw, but also the first person that I done for live phone-ins. So thanks so much, man, and go enjoy your football.
Oh, thank you very much.
All
Hopefully get to see you soon.
Perfect, my man. Take care, yeah?
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sleep, I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again. I pray the Lord that I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again. I pray the Lord that I wake again.
I'm now going to phone Jason's mom, Shonny, who is. We're going to talk about something a bit different, but we could talk forever, so I'm going to try and limit it to 5 minutes. I'm not too happy with the connection and how the video's going out, so you will get a better quality one later on jtvscotland.com. Keep sharing your views. I'm getting a lot of the same issues, so a lot of people sending in messages, 07933860363, and the number's up on your screen through WhatsApp. I don't think I'm going to take any more calls after this. I'm going to try and wrap it up very, very shortly. But the general the message that we'll get coming in is just clubs are desperate to get back. A lot of people don't believe the whole corona virus, and some people, other people are worried about another lockdown coming. But as an issue, I think that Boxing Scotland are going to have to manage with the government. I mean, they can't sanction shows without restrictions easing, in a sense. But clubs are open and they're following rules. Maybe testing and getting boxers in is a way forward. Live streaming may work, or it may not. It may not be economically possible. But let me give Shonny Mccormick, who's Jason's mum, but she's also assists with Renfrewshire Boxing. And let's just see if this works. Ring. She's due to get a haircut in like 2 minutes.
Hello.
How you doing, Shonny? So I know I ended up speaking to Jason for far too long. I know you've got a haircut literally in 2 minutes, so we'll try and keep this short and sweet. How you doing? You alright?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm a bit like we put out too high a quality for the streaming, so it's kind of jumping a bit. So I'm gonna have to put out we'll put another show like that. We'll basically copy this show on our website later on, so people can see it a bit better. But
it's all trial and error, Jamie.
I know.
Got to get through the teething problems to get these things working.
I know. So I was just speaking to Jason. I was saying that he was the first ever person I interviewed for JATVRaw and helped come up with the name. And he's the first person I've done on the phone in. But I've never had you on the show, so this is the first ever. Somebody who
and I've always behind.
I know, somebody who's supported me for day one and like always been a friendly face, and when I have problems give me a phone and like stuff like that. So thanks for coming on. The topic we're talking about is, should club shows be allowed behind closed doors? I speak to Jason. He thinks things could go ahead and you could make money for the clubs and things like that. Have you got similar thoughts?
I was just listening to him there. No, I don't think we're anywhere near that at the moment. I don't see that we would be able, because a lot of the clubs do the club shows. One, it's great, it builds the kids' confidence. Going into the competition, say like the novice, it's daunting for them, getting out in front of the audience, and a lot of kids get, like kind of stage fright. The home shows are great for that because it's all their family there, friends, so that builds their confidence for that. It's great for raising the funds for the club. For a club to try and pay out that without a guarantee of getting the money in, it could, it really could. It could triple them. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the boxing clubs have got great sponsors behind them, and they probably would get a lot of help from there. The plus side of it, doing it behind closed doors, would probably be they've not got the outlays. Yeah. Because when you think what they've got to pay, say, like, so we've got the Renfrewshire Sports Centre, that's not cheap. You've also still got to pay out, for like your officials. So you would be relying a lot on your sponsors.
I suppose as well, like the cost of the medical teams to do if there was corona tests and things like that. And as I said to Jason, you're not always getting money back from, say, raffles and things. But could there be a way around that? Like, you could maybe have people donating and stuff, but again, as you said, there's no guarantee that money would come in. Well,
there would be a lot of work to be done behind, and that's where you've got the mammies and the dads, helping out. That you could still have like an online raffle. If anything COVID's shown is everybody's got a way of making money. People are doing things online that they wouldn't have done before. So there is a possibility of still doing everybody getting like some sort of raffle prizes, and it would all be done online. Yes, there's a bit of work, but there's a lot of work involved before a show anyway. We don't just turn up there on the night and it's done. You only need to see Colin Belshaw running about like a maniac.
Yeah.
Last minute. But, you know, the work that they do with getting boxers together as well, because that's like on the day sometimes people can cancel. The next thing they're getting somebody else. That happens, you know, with all our boxers. But I think initially what I would see happening, firstly, just get them to the point that they can do some sort of contact boxing, because the boys are coming in. I work in the counter, as you know, and they're coming in. They're like, do we know yet when they can get pads? Do we know yet when they can spar? They're just itching for it. You know, everything that they're doing just now is all with their technical drills, their bag work, their shadow boxing, and it's probably working brilliant for them, because see them when they go in for a spar, you know, they're not realising like just how much technical stuff that they're learning now. It might be repetitive to them at the moment, but it's going to benefit them once they are finally allowed. I think it will be more clubs visiting other clubs to do, like we used to have, you know, like kind of sparring nights that you would invite another club. And I think that's the point that they'll start that to begin with, because then they've only got like so many coming in. I don't know that they would be going into the whole having to, you know, do a COVID test for that. It would just be like the same as what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, I suppose one of the things I didn't think about was what you just mentioned there, is that right now there's no contact. So it would be a bit contradictory to have a show when boxers weren't allowed to have contact in their gym. So I suppose that restriction would need to ease up first.
Yeah, definitely. The amateurs are not allowed. You know, at the moment they're doing it's like group technical drills. Then they put their gloves on and they go into the bag. They're doing shadow boxing. That, you know, until we can get the okay for them to actually, you know, I mean, they're not even getting pads. I still don't understand, because I don't know why they can't each have a mask on and, you know, do the pads. I don't get it. I understand the spam. They're maybe thinking, right, we don't need, because they know there could be a wee bit of, there could be blood, there could be the sweat, they're getting too close to each other. But pads, you know, they're a good arm's length away.
Do you think more allowances have been given to other sports? Do you think like maybe football has been given a bit more time than say boxing?
Yes, definitely, because you've seen them, you're driving past the park and you've seen them all. They're going in for tackles, they're rolling about hugging each other on the floor just as much as, you know, as close as what our boys would get. And you think, so how's that allowed? But I think the whole, you know, I'm not even going to get into it, because it makes no sense. It seems to be there's a lot of money where money gets brought in, because the fact that the whole going to pubs, you can sit with somebody but you can't sit in the living room, you know, either side of the room, but you can sit across a table in a pub with them. Bonkers. But back to the, you know, like the home show thing, like it's all about them showcasing their skills, because it's not something that the parents feel like the kids way dancing. That's their night that they get to show the parents what they've been learning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as you know, we love the music part of it. It's all about the getting your music right, doing your ring walk.
Well, I was going to ask you, but I was going to ask, what's it like being Jason Mccormick's mum, who's you're the DJ on the night, amongst everything else, but you're there playing his music as he comes out, and he loves performing. I seen the video when he performed in his school as well, where he likes the combination of performing before, during, and even after. But what's it been like being the mother of a boxer who's been a successful boxer? You had to drive to the first time we spoke. Jason was heading down to compete in the GBs the same day as his maths exam, and you had to drive him down. So what's it been? I know you need to go, so I won't keep you too long. But what's it been like to so what's it been like to be the mother a boxer who needs, like, who competes so often and needs so much attention as well, like as from
he's been, you know, there was points through lockdown, you know, he was demented. He's got like a wee boxing bag outside, that, been knocked over my garden, and he's worked hard like throughout it, and then he was getting to the point of like, when he just hit me, and I'm like, no, because you'll hit me back. And he spent a lot of time, as you probably guess, he's got enough ring music made up, because he makes up his own.
Yeah.
So he's got enough music like all made up that could probably see him for the next 10 years. And every time he comes in, goes, would you think of this one? Would you think of this one? And each one gets more obscure. But they've got to do what they've got to do, and it's just keeping their minds active. And us as parents have just got to, like, if you see them starting to kind of slump, I'm very, like, do as I say, know as I do, because obviously I don't do exercise.
Mm-hmm.
But he's pushed out any time I see, like, there's like a wee kind of lull. I'm like, right, away you go for a run, put it on Strava, let me see what you've done. So I'm probably his worst nightmare. But he doesn't need a lot of that, because he is, like, bodies. He could run, if you could attach him to a dynamo, you could run your legs off him, because he just doesn't want to sit down. So he is, and then obviously he's got the Navy that he's training for as well, because he's applied for the Navy.
I never had the chance to speak to him, but I said to him I'd commit to Renfrewshire Boxing and we'd have a catch up. But you said so he's working towards as well, like to join the Navy.
Yeah.
And he's hoping to continue boxing as part of the Navy as well.
Oh yeah, totally. So that as well, because he's got to keep his fitness up for that. But my heart goes out to the kids, it really does, because I just think they're really being penalised in a lot of ways. We encourage them to come to the boxing to try and keep them off the streets.
Yeah. And
the way that this is all kicked off, it's killing some of them. Do you know what I mean? Because the fact that we're back in the gyms is just brilliant. It's great seeing them back in, but the sooner we can get them some sort of contact boxing, the better, because they need it. They really do. Because it's, especially feel like we're older ones, because it's a time where you can kind of lose some of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of boxers that are at that age where there's ghettos, there's clubs, there's drinking, there's parties and stuff, and it's a shame when you see a young boxer who's 14, 15, 16 and they've been working hard, but they sacrifice a lot, and I think like I know speaking to Jason in the past, he has had to make sacrifices, and they all do. So you've got to think, like, the way they have like their wee spells of like, oh, I've been eating too much, and some nights in that gym it's like a Weight Watchers class because especially when there's some sort of competition coming up, or more so the home show, because that's a kind of big night. And they're in, and Shonny, can I get the scales? Shonny, can I get the scales? Go and work out first, and you can do that at the end. Can I see them now? Can I see them? And the panic in them, you're just like, God, it's like Weight Watchers swimming world. But they that's the life that they've chosen by doing. Again, I've got Jason who's boxing, but I've also got Kira who's dancing. So she does the same. Do you know what I mean? It's just like that's what their life is, and that's what they've chosen. And when it comes to it, you've got to dig in and get on with it. But as I say, I can't wait to see them, getting even sparring with each other. It'll either go one way, two, Jamie. First hit, they'll either burst out greeting, or else they'll just go mad on each other. No.
That way, because they've not been hit for a while, so they'll be like, I don't like that.
I was asking Kash the other day if I was in the interview if he missed getting hit, but I think he was the same. I think he just wants to get back into. He's obviously, because he's pro, he's allowed to fight. He's allowed to. The training's a bit different. It can be sparring and stuff, but I know he trains at Renfrewshire Boxing as well, and you see him every week, and I think he's just desperate to get back in. So we've lost Shonny. All right, that's it for JTV's Raw's Friday Night Boxing. We run into some issues. We know what we need to fix. and we hopefully will sort that out for future. If you do want to get in touch or get involved in future shows, WhatsApp is 07933 860363. Thanks to my guest, Untouchable Kash Farooq. We will hopefully speak to him before the 17th of October for his Matchroom debut in Newcastle. It'll be live on Sky Sports, and we'll have details on our Facebook and also the Untouchable Kash Farooq's on his Facebook page as well. Thanks also to Jason Mccormick and Shonny Mccormick for coming in as last minute guests. I'm hoping to catch up with them when I head out to Renfrewshire Boxing in the next few weeks. That's it from me. But if you do want us to come out to your gym, by all means, messages. There's a few people that have booked. It is a bit difficult now because I don't know how coronavirus restrictions are going to be. So maybe we try and do some more Skyping and some calls. But let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the technical issues. We are a man or two down this week and a few cameras down because we've got one guy who's travelling. Do you know that? One guy's travelling to Switzerland. But that's it for me. Thanks so much for your support. If you are interested in sponsoring us, its prices start for very, very little. You can have your logos and stuff, and as we start to move in to maybe more streaming and when shows start, we hopefully can stream more shows on the channel. We can have more sponsorship. So we do need your support if you can help. If not, I'll just keep paying for it myself. No, I don't know if that's true. But that's it for me. Thanks so much to my team, everyone here that stayed back to help. And I shall see you next week. It's Friday night boxing every Friday, 7 o'clock on the JTV channel, and you can catch up on jtvscotland.com. Peace out, homies.
Sleep, I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again. I pray the Lord that I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord that I wake again. I wake again. I pray the Lord that I wake again.